Hello, everybody. Yesterday, I promised you a talk on energy leaks because we went from the heart and brain connection to the biofield and why that's important for you. And now, energy leaks are essentially where you get the energy that powers that biofield. It gives you the vitality that you need in order to heal and power yourself up each day. If you are into manifestation, if you are into art, if you need inspiration, when you get those writer's blocks, probably because you're leaking out energy where you're losing that inspirational power that you need in order to continue to further your practice and come up with those amazing ideas that just fill you and make you feel like, yeah, you can do it every day. They come from three main areas, which is your physical, what you do physically, what you do mentally, and what you do spiritually. That really encompasses everything in our reality, right? So if we can pinpoint where we are wasting the energy the most, we can start to kind of plug those holes so that we can begin the recovery process. I don't like to teach my clients the recovery process until they've gotten most of their energy leaks at least identified so that they can start working on them, because there's no point in trying to fill your bucket if your water is just going to keep flowing out those holes. It just doesn't make any sense. It's really disconcerting, discouraging, whatever you want to call it. Overall, it's best that you fix your leaks before you start trying to fill you up. Now, your body has a voltage, and this voltage is what maintains your ability to heal, your ability to maintain homeostasis, your ability to burn calories, come up with new ideas, things that we need every day in order to be the best person we possibly can, in order to think properly even. The brain needs a lot of energy, and so does your heart to keep your body functioning. And if you don't give it that power that it needs, that's where we get things like cancer and other acute diseases that continue to debilitate us in ways that we might not find out until several years down the road, where that tiny trickle of energy that you were missing has now accumulated into an overall life problem. And it's not just physical. This is also if you are stuck in a physical relationship that you just can't get over, you can't figure out why you can't get away from it, you know it's bad for you, but you still do it anyways, and that is because you don't have the energy to come up with a solution or overcome what you think is going to be really difficult to make that change. So we're going to go ahead and look at the waste of time and your energy and your resources, and then reclaim them for you so that you can overcome those bad systems and not only avoid health issues in the future, but come back and undo ones that you probably already have that you might not realize you do have. So how to improve these? The first thing you need to accept, okay, is that you are not a victim of your own life, all right? I know a lot of people, this might, ruffle some fur, but if you continue to feel like you are a victim in your own life, nobody can help you. I can't help you. If you are in that victim mindset all the time where these things have happened, I can't change them, and this is just how life is, you need to realize you hold a lot of power there. You need to recognize that your reaction to the things that have happened to you is everything. It's not the fact that these things have happened. Sure, they've happened, but they're long gone. What you do in response to them is what's going to help you regain your control. But if you continue to be a victim, none of these leaks are going to go away, because you are taking that power away from yourself and giving it to someone else somewhere that did you wrong. And that, if you can't accept that, you might as well just leave the group, because I'm not here to waste my time or your time. And that's just not, that mindset is not going to serve you, and it's not going to help me help you. So first off, you're not a victim of your own life, and if you are, you need to do something about it. So physically, what we can do is your basics. You need to hit a a health baseline. Okay, you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep, getting enough water, and eating properly. We all know what these are. These are not new concepts, okay? As much as people might hate to hear it, those things that are cliche are usually true. That's why they're cliche, because they've been proven to work. And therefore, when people tell you to eat more or less or better, I'm not going to tell you whether to eat more or less, but better is always an option. Okay? And then sleeping, you want to hit at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, of course. And moving. Okay, I'm a big fan of sitting on the couch all day, but you do need to get your heart rate up and sweat at least 5 days a week. Okay, it only takes like 30 minutes a day, if even. That's like a walk around the block. It's not that hard. Mentally, this one is probably the biggest area for energy leaks, okay? Because this is where we discredit ourselves all the time. If you're looking at things every day and telling yourself, that thing is ugly, that thing is terrible, that thing needs to go away, and then it doesn't go away, there's a problem right there. You need to make that change. And oftentimes we find that this thing is what we think is ourselves. We look in the mirror and we say, oh my gosh, this thing is so ugly, this thing is so lazy, this thing can't accomplish anything. This needs to change, blah, 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 but then you don't change. Okay, stop. Your body is an incredible vessel that has carried you this far in life. I don't know what your past is or your present, okay? But I'm telling you right now, it is allowing you to stay right here in this physical plane. And no matter how hard it is or isn't working, that's what it's doing for you, and you need to thank it for that every single day that it wakes up. Because there's a lot of things that go into biology, and it's a miracle that we all have a physical vehicle to use. Okay, so stop telling yourself how horrible you are all the time and make a change. Make minor adjustments. They don't have to be huge. They just have to be little things at a time. You just identify them, know that they're there, and then move forward. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, just pick one thing you want to work on. Like telling yourself, you're enough. That's it. That's all you have to do. So you look in the mirror and replace those bad statements with you're enough. You made it through yesterday, we're going to make it through today, and we're going to make it through tomorrow. That's all it needs to be. We can talk more on things like your clothing and your food, how to energize. You can energize your water. You can energize your food. People do it with prayer all the time. It's such an ancient secret. But a lot of people just, if they're not religious, they discredit it. But it really does hold a lot of power. But there are ways to do it without feeling like an idiot. And then last of all, of course, we'll talk about spiritually. If you don't have a spiritual practice, you should probably start. And it doesn't have to be a complicated spiritual practice, of course. Journaling before bed can be incredibly insightful. It's great. Learning to breathe more fully and deeply is also a spiritual practice. You can fight me on it. That is something, depression and anxiety especially, and I'd say even bipolar, originate very strongly from our breathing and emotional patterns. And this is something that many people a lot of problems and things would change if they knew about it. I will be talking about those probably in the next week or so, because maybe I'll talk about breathing and feeling tomorrow. That is it's one of my favorite topics ever. It changed my life personally, and I know it can change yours because it's one of those tiny little shifts that really makes a difference. It's incredible. You can do meditation. A lot of people don't like meditation anymore because it's, went through a bit of a fad phase, and so a lot of people are just kind of over it, and that's fine. You can be over it, but you need to recognize you're missing out on several things when you do it, and you need to replace it with something else. You can't just go ahead and throw it out completely, because there are several studies done to show that it is remarkable. You don't have to do like meditating an hour a day or anything like that. Take up yoga or something, then you knock out you feed two birds with one stone when you do physically and spiritually. When you do yoga, I mean, there you go. Do it twice a week, if even. Maybe even once a week. Go to the gym, add it to your practice if it's something you already do. But it's all together. There's several things you can do, even just tiny things today. Like stop yelling at your cat. Find a way to fix what the cat is doing, okay? We need solutions, not excuses here. But your energy leaks, once you finally start to close those energy leaks and energize yourself, you're going to find that your mind is so much clearer, your body is going to feel lighter, you're going to start to shine and emanate. And anyone that can see or feel auras and energy is going to notice that change immediately. Speaking from experience myself, that's just a huge thing about me. You know when people say that pregnant women glow? It's really just because they have another person inside of them glowing as well, so that they just kind of look and feel like they're glowing. They themselves aren't glowing, but with the help of another budding little being inside of them, they appear to glow. If you're interested in learning how to see auras, how to feel them, once I get through the basics, I'll get into that, because that is more of the fun stuff for me. I think that that's something a lot of people would really enjoy learning about, that you can learn these things, and it's not that hard. It's actually quite simple. So that's my talk on energy leaks today. It's been raining for the last 3 weeks, and everybody's getting sick. And wherever you're at, I hope it's a little better. I personally like the rain, but now that we're getting into freezing temperatures for the winter, it's, not so much rain as it is snow. But I hope that you enjoyed this quick talk on energy leaks. My name is Abigail Montgomery, but you can call me Abby. And thank you so much for your time. You have a great day.